Hey fam! Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying something new in today's video. I've never done a video like this before. I want to have some real talk with you guys because I saw a lot of you in my last video, which was my thrift haul. I showed a bra that I turned into a bralette. It was actually a sports bra, I didn't even know, but it was a sports bra that I turned into a bralette. And I talked about how I'm a 32 double D and I've had a hard time finding a bralette situation. And so many of you guys asked me to link to the bralette and had questions about it. So I thought I would do an entire video to talk about boobs. The reality of it is when you're large or busted, you kind of have to make choices about the clothes that you wear, and I've kind of learned over the years, I'm 31 now, it's taken me a while to get here, but I've learned over the years kind of what clothes to stay away from, which ones are flattering for my body type, and I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about that today. So just for some background, I had boobs since I was like 9, 10, like really young. I was in like 4th grade and I remember having huge boobs for my age and I was mortified by it and I got picked on a lot because of it, which was not fun and a little bit traumatizing, and it kind of course made me hate my boobs. And that's something that I struggled with for a long time, was just like, how do I make them look smaller? How do I make them disappear? And I remember this scene from that movie Now and Then, which is like one of my all-time favorite movies growing up. There's a scene with Christina Ricci, and she was like kind of a tomboy, and I was too growing up. There was a scene with her like taping down her boobs with duct tape, and I remember at the time that I saw that movie, I was like, oh my God, that is a brilliant idea. And obviously, you know, that was when I was super young, and I kind of learn to accept them and embrace them later in life, but it took me a long time to get there. And I made some really bad clothing choices early 20s where I look back on pictures like, what the F was I thinking? I've learned over the years that there are certain clothes that I should stay away from that don't do me any favors. And I think that's just something that comes with age and a lot of failures, I should say. So today I wanted to share with you guys a couple of items that I don't wear anymore, that I have in the past but just have realized that they don't do me any favors, and what I wear in place of those items, things that I found kind of flatter my body better, make me feel better in the clothes that I'm wearing. So that's today's convo, real talk. So the first thing I stay away from, and it's kind of taken me a while to figure this one out, is spaghetti straps, which is unfortunate because they're so freaking adorable. They're super in right now, so it was like a major struggle. I have a hard time like finding tank tops that don't show too much of my bra. I don't like spilling out of shirts. It's just not my thing. I don't feel comfortable in it. I have a hard time with spaghetti straps as a result. Plus, I don't really love it when my bra strap is showing. That's totally personal preference. That's just me. If that's something that you feel comfortable in, by all means, rock it. I found that instead of the traditional spaghetti strap, and this is like so in right now with the slip dresses and the lace tanks that you layer and blah, 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 it sucks to not be able to wear those, but there is alternative solutions. So my solution to the spaghetti strap is just a thicker strap in general. And this kind of applies to tank tops, dresses, across the board. Ones that I know will cover my bra strap. I can show you guys some examples over here of stuff that I've worn that can help maybe inspire you when you shop for those pieces. I just find that the thicker strap, I feel better in it. I could wear my normal bra, feel comfortable without showing my bra strap. It's a win-win because I feel better in them and they still look good and you still get the same effect. So thicker straps on the tanks and dresses. The other thing I stay away from, which is also such a big trend right now, which sucks, so I feel you girls out there that are in the same boat as me, it's the ruffles. Ruffles just don't suit me, and I'll be a little bit more clear about it. Ruffles in this general area, not a good idea. It's mainly because I feel like it makes me look bigger than I am, and it doesn't highlight parts of my body that I feel very confident in. Mainly stay away from like the thick, really elaborate ruffles that are like a thicker material, a little bit more stiff. I still squeeze in the ruffles here and there, when the piece makes sense. I recently bought this like Marc Jacobs wrap dress that has ruffles, and it's actually really pretty, but that's also because the ruffles are a little bit of a lighter material. It's like this silk chiffon. It's also kind of like a little bit open, so it's a little bit of a v-neck, and it's a wrap dress, so it ties right underneath. So it accentuates my waist. In that case, ruffles totally work. I have two other ruffle pieces actually. One of them is this YSL ruffle top. It's like a high neck, and I'll pop a picture of it here because I've worn it before. In that case, it worked as well because it was thinner material and it was a looser shirt in general, so it worked out. And it's still, honestly, that shirt took me a while to get adjusted to, but I was kind of forcing myself to find ruffles that worked for my body type, and I think that those two pieces are good examples of ones that I found that worked well. The other thing you could do is just find pieces that have ruffles in other areas outside of the boob area. So ruffle sleeves, I have this like wrap top with puff sleeves that have ruffles. It's awesome and I love it so much. Or you could do, instead of a puff sleeve, find a top that has like ruffles around the wrist or at the bottom. Good news is there is a way to make ruffles happen and make you feel good in what you have on. The other thing that I absolutely will never wear again, and I have worn in the past, and one of the things that I look back on like, what the fuck was I thinking? I look terrible, is empire waisted anything. I used to wear a lot of this when I worked at Nordstrom in my like late teens, early 20s, because it was so in the early 2000s. It's just not a good look for me. So an alternative, it's not really a clear alternative, but what I like to wear that I find really flattering is like fitted tops with a high-waisted bottom. So that could be a skirt, it could be high-waisted trousers, high-waisted shorts. High-waisted anything tends to look really good. And I find that it just kind of accentuates my strengths and my shape a little bit more when I wear high-waisted pieces. And honestly, it doesn't even have to be a fitted top. I do a lot with like oversized blouses that I tie around the waist, and I really love that look too. The other thing I really wish I could wear, and one of the things that I have like major envy when scrolling through my Instagram feed, is anything with like open backs or like plunge necklines. I can't do it. I go braless, it's like not an option for me. For those of you girls that have big boobs and they're nice and perky and you can wear them without a bra, more power to you. I can't pull that shit off. I probably could make it happen if I like taped my boobs or found one of those like sticky bras. If you guys have a sticky bra, by the way, that you find works, drop me a comment and let me know, because I've been on the prowl for one of those for like 10 years now and I haven't found one that actually works. Instead of like plunged necklines or open backs, I go more for pieces that show like a little bit of skin in other areas. So for example, I found this dress in France when I was vintage shopping, and it has these like cute little peepholes around the waistline in the front and also in the back. So I found there were ways to show some extra skin in other places that I still feel comfortable wearing. I know it's not gonna be like a painful day where I'm like constantly like readjusting the boobs. I find that works really well for me, and there are so many options out there nowadays, because that's actually something that's really in, is kind of this like peephole, I don't even know what it is, peephole-esque trend. I'm just gonna make that up, but I've seen a lot of that on the runway, and I think that there are gonna be even more options out there. It's a very like early 2000s thing. Another option for y'all. I just said y'all, who am I? All right guys, that's the real talk for today. Lots of boob talk. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you guys like these kinds of videos and want to do real talk for other topics, other subjects, if you want to talk more about boobs, that's fine too. I could talk about the bras that I have and what I recommend. Let me know, drop me a comment. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I'll chat with you guys soon. Bye.